up, man.
Yeah. Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman have succeeded on the NFL's biggest stage. And tonight at 10 on CBS 11, Babe Loffenberg interviews them on one of the biggest stages in Dallas, the beautiful Windspear Opera House. They talk about their Super Bowl memories, including winning their first championship.
Well, this Super Bowl brings back good memories because the chance that I had in the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and we were on a roll.
How about you, Troy? Was that your best memory from football?
It's still, I look back and, played 12 years, and that was the best year of the 12, certainly. And I think the first time you do it is pretty special.
Mad face, I saw. Back with Marcus Spears here, live at Boomerjacks in South Arlington at Arlington Highlands. Turned out to be a beautiful night. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of chilly this morning. You're a morning person.
I am.
You get up early.
I am. I get up early. Either I'm fishing or I'm hunting or I'm getting the kids ready for school.
Yeah. See, he's a Renaissance man. We'll discuss your fishing and hunting in a second because it is time to Ask Marcus. We got a lot of your questions sent to me right here on Twitter. You ready for this?
I want to hear.
He's always ready. Okay. Barbara Childress at BCTC100 asked a pretty good question. How will Marcus's position responsibilities change under the 4-3, and how do you prepare for the changes?
Well, the 4-3 is a one-gap system for defensive linemen. I think it's easier. We're more up the field, not a lot of reading and reacting going on. You kind of got this spot, get to this spot, and create havoc in the backfield. Personally, I'm probably drop some weight. You want to be quicker in this defense. You want to be able to move and be a little more nimble than being big and stout in the 3-4 and actually keeping guys off of your linebackers. So we got an opportunity to go back and make some plays. 4-3 defensive tackles, those are the famous guys that you hear about.
They are.
Warren Sampson and Dominican Sues and all of those big-time players in the middle.
That's so true. And Josh Moreno, 1984, tweets in my follow-up question, do you like the 3-4 or 4-3 better?
I'm a little partial to the 3-4 right now because I played it, my whole career in the NFL. But in college, I played a 4-3 defensive end. So I have a wealth of knowledge in both. I think both of them are great defenses. I think we have the personnel in Dallas to do it. Probably in the NFL team right now has the personnel because they just draft those type of guys and have those type of guys in the locker room. So I would prefer a 3-4, but the 4-3 is more exciting and more fast.
And one more question about this. At 3T Jackson says, who is finally going to be the leader, all caps, on this defense when all of you will be learning a new scheme?
Well, I think it's my take on leadership, and I always got some kind of philosophy behind what I say, but my take is that a bunch of guys have to step up when it's their time to step up. I think when you ordain certain leaders and those guys are not really flushed and ready to accept that role, it puts them behind the 8 ball. So I think it's just a bunch of guys. We got a new system to learn. A bunch of guys are going to be involved, so we got to all step up and do our part. Okay,
this is a question for me because leadership in the Dallas Cowboys is a subject that gets discussed a lot. You're a part of that conversation. Yeah. Tony Romo, Jason Witten, Sean Lee, DeMarcus, we're all parts of that conversation. And follow up, expand on that a little bit more, because you want to go into a locker room or a clubhouse and you want to say, okay, there's my leader, Ian Kinsler right over there, Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Romo, you're my guy right there, but it's not that simple. And as a player, you really do feel it's a more organic process than just ordaining somebody?
Absolutely. I think guys have to you have to become a leader. You got to certain situations that you go through as a football team, because there's so many guys, it's hard to say, hey, you are our leader, we'll follow you where we go. We know when the offensive side of the football team goes out on offense, Tony Romo's the leader. He's the guy talking the most. He's the leader in the huddle. On the defensive side of the ball, our middle linebacker, Sean Lee, he's the leader of the huddle. He's the leader on the field at that time. The perception is that those guys are the leaders in the locker room and, the star and the best players. That's the perception. But it's the guys that respond to adversity best. That's who usually rises to become leaders. And, not saying that Witten and Romo and Sean Lee and D. Ware, all of those guys rise when things get tough. That's why they're called leaders. So, I'm more of a it takes a village type of guy, as opposed to, hey, let's just focus in on this one guy and let him show us where to go.
Something tells me, though, you're a leader in the deer blind, because I know you like to hunt.
Oh, I love it. Oh, my God.
I got a question here from
I thought I was going to lose my marriage hunting.
Did you really? I'm a hunting and a golf widow as well, Marcus. Yeah. Your wife and I need to talk. Okay. Yes. Do you mostly bow hunt or do you use a rifle?
I bow hunt now. I put my rifles down about 2 years ago because I just got so excited with the range that you have to take a deer with a bow. You know, it's close. It's a little tougher. It's just like anything else. You always, just like golf players, they try to challenge themselves more and do things differently. With a bow, it's a challenge.
So this could be something that could be a next step for you professionally, because and we're looking at you right here. Tell me the story behind this one. This was on your Twitter feed.
This deer I bow hunted in Hamilton, Texas, and it was a great hunt. That was a big deer, actually.
Yeah,
that deer scored about 176. Big, massive horns. This kind of talk we have at the ranch. Massive horns, you know, the G2s are real tall. It was a real stout buck, and I was able to take him with a bow, and it was just exciting. It was fun to do that, and that's the kind of deer I try to take now. The young ones I let walk, the young ones I let grow up so another guy can enjoy taking a big deer.
I love it. Okay, speaking of young ones, coming up next, we have our Wingstop Scholar Athlete of the Month. For the month of January, we're honoring a smart young kid who's going to the Air Force Academy.
Oh, that is awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
That's
We have
awesome.
this Get Me Young Man story when we come back.